Welcome to our channel where today's story is If You're So Smart, Then Translate It. The millionaire director mocked the cleaning lady, but suddenly. Once upon a time in a luxurious mansion, there lived an eccentric billionaire named Archibald Sterling. This man had everything money could buy, from sprawling estates to fleets of fancy cars. But what he valued the most was his reputation as the king of Hollywood. His latest project, The Emperor's New Groove, an expensive historical drama set in China, was supposed to be his magnum opus. The premiere was fast approaching, but the translation was taking longer than expected. Archibald paced his palatial office in frustration. He threw a stack of papers onto his antique desk, each page marked with revisions and corrections. "It's not good enough," he muttered. "We need a better translator." His assistant, a slick young man named Miles, approached cautiously. "Sir, perhaps you should give more time to Professor Linden. He's an expert in historical linguistics." "Linden is a scholar, Miles. This needs someone who can capture the essence of the dialogue, someone with street smarts. Do you know anyone?" Miles thought for a moment. "Actually, sir, there is a new cleaning lady. She's sharp and quick. I've heard her talking to her friends in different languages. Maybe we could ask her." Archibald raised an eyebrow. "A cleaning lady? Are you serious? Come on, Miles, that's ridiculous." "But sir, she does speak multiple languages and she might be able to help." "All right, let her try," Archibald conceded. "But if she wastes my time, I'll fire her immediately." Later that day, a knock sounded at the office door. "Come in." Archibald motioned with his chin toward a chair. "Have a seat." Enter Maria, a woman in her mid-30s with a warm smile and eyes that sparkled with intelligence. Her simple attire did little to conceal her polished demeanor. Archibald took a deep breath. "So, Maria, Miles tells me you're quite multilingual. Can you translate for me?" Maria's smile widened. "Sure, anything for the company." She opened the file containing the movie script. "So, Maria, this is our latest script. It's a scene from the movie. Would you mind taking a look and translating it for me?" "Of course," Maria replied, opening the script. As Maria began reading the script, her face clouded with concentration. Archibald watched her intently, skepticism etched on his features. He leaned back in his chair, arms crossed, ready to pounce on any sign of hesitation or error. Minutes passed, and Maria suddenly stopped, her eyes sparkling. "There's something wrong with this scene," she said, her voice laced with concern. Archibald bristled. "What do you mean?" "Well, the Emperor's dialogue sounds forced. It doesn't reflect the character's status or intelligence." Archibald scoffed. "I suppose you know better? What would you do differently?" Maria, without batting an eye, launched into a flawless rendition of the Emperor's lines, infusing them with power and elegance. Archibald's skepticism melted away, replaced by admiration. He nodded, slowly, impressed. "That's much better. I see what you mean. Change it." He waved a hand dismissively. "Just change it." Maria beamed, her smile radiating warmth. "It's my pleasure, Mr. Sterling. I want this movie to be a great success." Over the next few weeks, Maria became an integral part of the production, her linguistic expertise and cultural insights proving invaluable. Archibald, initially dismissive of her humble beginnings, found himself leaning on her judgment, even seeking her input on matters beyond translation. He realized that Maria's fresh perspective, unfiltered by the conventions of academia, was exactly what the production needed. Meanwhile, Miles, who had championed Maria's involvement, couldn't help but gloat a bit in his head. He had been proven right, and he knew that Archibald, though gruff on the outside, appreciated his keen eye for spotting talent. The premiere night arrived, a star-studded affair with the elite of Hollywood gathered in their finest attire. Maria, elegantly dressed, stood beside Archibald, feeling a surge of pride as the audience applauded. The film was a triumph. critics and audiences alike praising its authenticity and power. In the whirlwind of congratulations that followed, Archibald found himself cornered by a gaggle of socialites, all eager for a piece of his success. With a sigh of resignation, he excused himself to grab a drink. As he navigated the chattering crowd, he spotted Maria engaged in a lively conversation with a group of Asian dignitaries, their faces alight with smiles. Something in him shifted, a realization dawning like a sunrise. Maria, with her effortless grace and undeniable talent, wasn't just a cleaning lady or a translator. She was a cultural ambassador, a linguistic virtuoso, and, most importantly, an integral part of the film's success. He had been a fool to underestimate her. Determined to rectify his oversight, Archibald returned to the chattering socialites, a newfound purpose in his stride. "Excuse me," he boomed, his voice carrying over the chatter. "Everyone, I'd like to introduce you to Maria, the unsung hero of tonight's triumph." He gestured toward the group of Asian dignitaries. "Maria is not just a member of my staff. She is a cultural luminary whose contributions have enriched our film beyond measure." The socialites, momentarily taken aback by Archibald's unexpected announcement, quickly recovered their composure. They turned their attention to Maria, their expressions a mixture of curiosity and polite interest. "Maria," Archibald continued, his voice echoing with sincerity, "has been instrumental in ensuring the authenticity and depth of our film. Her linguistic prowess and cultural insight have been invaluable assets to our team." The applause that erupted was heartfelt, each clap a testament to Maria's talent and dedication. In that moment, under the dazzling lights and the expectant gaze of Hollywood's elite, Maria felt a surge of pride and accomplishment. Her journey from a humble cleaning lady to being celebrated as a linguistic hero was nothing short of a dream come true. And, as the socialites descended upon her, eager to engage in lively conversations and seek her counsel, Maria knew that her quiet confidence and humble spirit had won them over. The evening culminated in a grand banquet where Archibald, in a speech that moved the audience, paid tribute to Maria, acknowledging her pivotal role in the film's success. As Maria stood there, basking in the glow of recognition, she understood that her story was an inspiration, a beacon of hope for those who dared to dream big and never let go of their passions. In the annals of Hollywood history, the night of the film's premiere became a defining moment, not just for Archibald and his film, but for Maria, the cleaning lady who taught them all a profound lesson about recognizing talent and embracing diversity. As the celebration drew to a close and the stars of the night made their grand exits, Maria found herself walking alongside Archibald. The city lights twinkled around them, mirroring the joy in her heart. "Maria," Archibald began, his voice unusually soft, "I want to apologize for how I treated you. You're not just a cleaning lady, you're a linguistic genius, and I was blind to not see that earlier." Maria smiled, her eyes crinkling at the corners. "It's all right, Mr. Sterling, I understand, but I'm glad I got the chance to work on such an amazing project." Archibald nodded, his gaze distant as he contemplated the evening's events. "I've learned a valuable lesson," he said quietly, "one I hope to never forget." And so their unlikely friendship deepened, bound by a shared passion for language and culture. Meanwhile, word of Maria's brilliance spread, opening doors to exciting opportunities. But no matter where life took her, she never forgot the valuable lessons learned at Sterling Manor. For it was there that she had not only cleaned floors, but also hearts and minds, proving that brilliance knows no boundaries and that sometimes the most unexpected places hold the greatest treasures.